The Buffalo Bills may be 4-1 after 5 weeks, but according to quarterback Josh Allen, the record doesn't tell the full story. The team is winning, yes, but just barely, scraping by in games where execution has fallen short of their own lofty standards. Last Sunday night, those flaws were exposed under the bright lights of prime time, as the Bills lost at home to the New England Patriots in a game where everything seemed to go wrong. Costly penalties, avoidable turnovers, missed assignments, and general sloppiness plagued Buffalo from start to finish. It wasn't the kind of performance you expect from a Super Bowl contender. For Allen, the defeat was painful but not meaningless. Instead, he sees it as a potential turning point, a wake-up call. Speaking to reporters on Thursday, the reigning MVP offered a candid reflection on what the loss could mean for the Bills moving forward. His words struck a chord with fans and quickly went viral when Buffalo reporter Jenna Cottrell of 13 Wham shared the clip on social media. "I think it's a wake-up call, reset, whatever you want to call it," Allen said. "We had been getting by previous games of maybe not playing our best football, and when you play a team that, again, did everything the right way, credit to them for coming into our home stadium and having a really good game plan, it does wake you up. Every week we're going to get the team's best, whoever we're playing. We gotta play up to our standard at the end of the day. This is the NFL. Each and every week has got to be earned, and that starts in practice." That level of honesty is what separates Allen from so many others at his position. Some quarterbacks deflect blame or downplay shortcomings after a loss. Allen, however, has built his reputation not just on his rocket arm and highlight reel plays, but on his accountability. He takes the weight of both victory and defeat squarely on his shoulders. For fans, it's a refreshing reminder that their leader is not only supremely talented, but also grounded enough to acknowledge when things aren't good enough. Allen's passion was evident in the immediate aftermath of the Patriots game, and it carried over into his Thursday comments. He is not sulking or deflated, he's motivated. He's eager to get back on the field, to prove that the loss was a blip rather than a blueprint. If anything, his fiery tone suggests that opponents should brace themselves, because nothing fuels Allen quite like the sting of defeat. The numbers back up the confidence. Through 5 weeks, Allen has been every bit the MVP caliber player Buffalo needs him to be. He has already thrown for over 1,200 yards with 9 touchdowns through the air. On the ground, he has added more than 200 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns, once again reminding the league that he is one of the most dangerous dual-threat quarterbacks in football. His combination of size, speed, and improvisational ability make him nearly impossible to game plan for. Now, with the wake-up call fresh in his mind, Allen is doubling down on his commitment to improve. That should terrify defensive coordinators across the NFL. Of course, the Bills' issues aren't solely on their quarterback. The penalties and turnovers that plagued them against New England were team-wide problems. Head coach Sean McDermott has long preached discipline and fundamentals, but even his teams occasionally lose focus. Still, there's reason for optimism. History shows that McDermott is one of the league's best coaches at rebounding from setbacks. Since taking over in Buffalo in 2017, McDermott holds a 30-13 record in games immediately following a regular season loss, excluding the playoffs. That resilience has been one of the hallmarks of his tenure. It's part of why Allen's words carry so much weight. He's not just offering lip service to calm a restless fan base, he's tapping into a proven track record of bouncing back. When the Bills have been punched in the mouth under McDermott, they almost always respond with a sharper, more disciplined performance the following week. Combine that with Allen's burning drive to right the ship, and it's easy to see why many around the league believe Buffalo will respond in emphatic fashion. Still, Allen was quick to remind that nothing in the NFL is given. Each and every week has got to be earned, he emphasized. It was a message not just to his teammates, but to himself as well. There are no shortcuts, no easy outs. If the Bills want to be the last team standing in February, they have to prove it week in and week out, in practice and on Sundays. Fans, for their part, seem to appreciate Allen's candor. In a league where star quarterbacks often rely on polished, robotic answers and press conferences, Allen's raw honesty feels different. He doesn't shy away from calling out the team's flaws, but he does it with the confidence of someone who knows they can be fixed. That balance of humility and belief is what makes him such a powerful leader both in the locker room and in the public eye. Allen's MVP campaign is still very much alive, and if anything, his wake-up call comments could mark the start of an even more dominant stretch of play. For a quarterback already among the league's elite, the idea that he feels he hasn't been playing at his best yet should send chills down the spine of every defensive coordinator preparing to face him. The Bills' next 2 games against the Atlanta Falcons and Carolina Panthers present the perfect opportunity to reset the tone of the season. Both teams have talent, but neither carries the pedigree of Buffalo's usual AFC rivals. If the Bills come out with renewed focus and execute at the level Allen demands, they could easily string together momentum heading into the heart of the schedule. Ultimately, the Patriots' loss may prove to be one of the most important moments of Buffalo's season, not because of the defeat itself, but because of what it sparked. Josh Allen's words on Thursday were not just sound bites, they were a challenge. A challenge to his teammates, to his coaches, and to himself. To raise the standard. To play every week like it's their last. To prove that the Buffalo Bills aren't just a good team, but a great one. If the past 5 years of Allen's career are any indication, he'll back up his words with action. And if he does, then Sunday's stumble could end up being the moment that propelled Buffalo toward their ultimate goal, hoisting the Lombardi Trophy. Leave your prediction for the Buffalo Bills versus Atlanta Falcons game in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.